My giving, grace and mercy, prosperity. Oh, yeah. Double for your trouble. If I just live right, everything's gonna be alright. Double you give me, God, yeah. Double for my trouble. Yes, 100-fold. Take the answer, man. All my tomorrow is in your hands, Lord. Double for my trouble. Double. Everything's gonna be alright. I know it's gonna be alright.
I tell you, the rain have a buzz today. I don't know. The rain have a buzz. I went in the rain and, from I go in the rain and come back, I just feel lively. I don't know. Jai Kingston, does the rain have a buzz on your end as well?
Boy, the radio turn up and the rain and the radio turn up.
The rain is blazing and the radio is blazing. Yes, we're inside the highlights, and with us is Wayne Buchanan, but we know him as Jai Kingston, gospel sensation here in the island of Jamaica. And I just read something very interesting about him, that from as early as age 8, he was doing dub plates for sound systems. Now, you got in a my realm now, you got in a my realm. Tell us about that, your early upbringing, and how did you get integrated in sound system culture so early?
Yeah, well, my former community, Augustown, that's a community that I hail from. I was like 8 years old when my cousins heard me singing in the bathroom. He was working on a sound system in Augustown called Triple Star at the time. So when I'm hear me, I say, nah, man, come in, man, I'm here and stuff. And so Ninja Kid and Alvin heard me, and, we just started from there, So I used to sing this old time song was like Oh Dana, so we just put Triple Star in it and just smash it up.
Okay. So I can imagine you being a community star at age 8.
Yeah. As early as I can remember, 8 years old, 12 years old, I was in and out the community, singing in churches, all over everybody know me, singing in churches mostly from the age of 12 years old. I was always singing in church. There are a couple of stories there. Even some years ago, I met a gentleman in Alpha Tree who saw me at a church when I was singing at, I think, about the age of 13 or 14. And he saw me, his name is Fabian. I saw me in Alpha Tree, I say, yo, what go on and things. So I talk to him, I say, yo, remember that day, I just pass the church, I'm here, a youth, I sing, I'm come in, I'm gonna move,
Wow.
And, him said that day him life changed because he was one of them troublesome youths, coming to football and things, but, the mix up, but him just, it's like him just turn him life way right, way around. God used me in such a powerful way that day. So many people walked off the street, came into the church. It was a little penny concert, and it just turned into a crusade.
Wow, that's amazing.
I don't remember the year, but I think I was about 13 or 14 because, I just gotten saved. Yeah, man, I just gotten saved in Even of Hope Open Bible Church, Reverend Curtis. And I think there was a church, we call it Bicycle Church. They wanted somebody to represent from our church, so they sent me. So Brother David accompanied me, and David Henry accompanied me, and went there, and I was in shock because nobody was in the church, and well, people were there, but one or two people, But I'm not saying, let me just deliberate just to see, elder, just the elders, them and a couple of people were, a part of the penny concert. And when I was announced to sing and stuff, and I was singing, I don't remember which song I was singing. I usually close my eyes, and by the time I opened my eyes, a lot of people were in the church. People were at the altar crying and stuff like that. I was totally amazed, like, Messa, what is this? This picture me 13, 14, So I was so happy that Brother Enwo was with me at the time. And, I gave the mic over to him for him to do the altar call and so forth. And so, yeah, man.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that just really switched the trajectory of the interview because I'm like, wow, 13, 14 there, perhaps even 12, who knows? You
Yeah,
know, that level of ministration. You know, what
yeah.
impact did that have on you at that time?
Huge impact, huge impact from early as I can remember when I just got saved, 12 years old. And I used to just pray to the Lord, Brother Henry, same way. God always put some people in your life at a certain time, to
Wow.
keep you on the right path. So Brother Henry was one of them brothers who were instrumental in uh, coming for me. And yeah, I'd have 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, come here, I got river, I go pray. So me,
What?
12 years, yeah, man, 12 years old, 13, 14, 15, the man that come on me had religiously, come in, I go pray.
Is he
So
still alive?
yeah, man, yeah, man. I met him the other day, book him up at one of them car auto place, so I get a free advertisement. See,
Wow.
and made him talk briefly and thing, and bless him up and things. So I bless him up on the interview and think. I don't know, I
Yeah.
remember all the
It's
people
amazing.
who have been with you from early age, man. So he was one of them, man. They were, carry me and God, I'm praying. I usually my prayer to the Lord was, let me know exactly what I'm supposed to do in your kingdom, because just get saved, so just for to sit down and wait for get to heaven, and I can't wait to get to heaven and rest, tired of staying down here. No, I wanted to find out my purpose. I wanted to know what I was about, and thank God from early as about 13, 14, I got a vision that I was, doing the same thing that I told you about. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man.
Wow. Powerful.
So,
Powerful.
so from
Powerful.
then till now, Cork, it's a Cork, the place. I saw Cork on the live now. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm seeing him. Corey Clark, the genius behind the instrumental that you're hearing. This one. Yeah, but big up Corey. But yeah. Amazing testimony. But tell us, what was life like in August Town? A bit of infamy associated with August Town, but in that, your life, changed for the glory of God, because God positioned someone right there, brother. Brother, hit boy, I'm going to
yeah,
interview Brother Henry. Me not tell a lie. I'm going to interview
yeah,
Brother Henry. Yeah, man, to come for you 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, he must
yeah, man, yeah, man,
smile
yeah,
to
man.
see what we become.
Religiously, the man they come for you, come for you. Yo, come in, I can pray.
Wow. I mean, so
But
tell us before Brother Henry and that influence, what was
yeah,
life
but
like in August
before
Town?
Brother Henry, before Brother Henry, I was one of them troublesome youths, man. Had that
Mm,
hot mouth and thing, and fiercely quick for fight and thing, because even though we had a close knitted family, my mother and grandmother, my auntie and uncle, all of us, and my cousins grew up in one big yard, what is called big yard. And I was without a father. I never knew my father. So, my uncle, my auntie husband was actually my father, my role model and stuff like that. And, a couple man in the community and stuff. But, without a father growing as a youngster, you feel some type of way. And,
yeah.
Mimi, I call her Mimi. She wasn't always there because she had to be on the road and this and that. And, so there came a time when we moved out of the big yard, went into her own establishment and thing, and we did struggle as a youngster growing up, and it was very rough, man. But I can't remember so many fights. Holy boy, yeah. Yeah, I was the rude man, because family was always against family on the open land, and
Yeah.
every little family want to rule the little land there, and every man want to be a little gangster, a little bad man and thing. And well, the good thing was that most of the elders who in the ranks never used to push it on the youth. Them them used to steer you away from that lifestyle, rather than give you the thing and
I
survive
guess
and go
it's
do the
different from
thing.
now, and
So
it
it's
is
a
really.
different thing now,
Yeah.
know you don't have the elders that try to steer the youth them in the right direction. Everybody just quick for grab the youth hot and ready for the things them and just give him and just send him and do him. You know what I mean? So grateful I was born in the era that I was,
Yeah.
raised up in. So, and yeah, it was rough growing up still, but God
Wow.
was able to see me.
Definitely, definitely. Tell us about your school experience. What was that like? Going to
Yeah,
school, both primary school and then high school when you were
yeah,
that Christian going to prayer
yeah,
meeting. Tell us about
yeah.
experiences.
So, so primary school, I went to Hope Valley Experimental. Uh, it was real nice there, but me kind of troublesome, so me get couple beating and thing, and principal beat me one time because one time couple of my bridging them, we I go through campus. Them time and then they were building the hostel right there, that's near to the playfield. That built long time ago. So, I was walking through there, son. We saw one of them dump trucks and me and my bridging decided, so we're gonna fling to a big stone and well, them say and me fling the big stone and broke glass, but me I said to myself said no and a me. So it was a little quarrel in between. So anyway, the man where they in the truck now jump out of the truck and start run down me and my bridging and I know me I used to boat them time there. So I take up my foot them and run. And my bridging run both feet bag. Apparently him have a pin up team bag and a zip na there. So all I book them drop out. Yeah. All of them man book drop out. So but me run let him and I run go my yard. Me see this man here follow me go my yard. Me say bridging we have follow me go my yard. We have pass a yard and I come my yard. Follow me come my yard, come wake up my mother, tell my mother, say, boy, me fling stone and broke glass. And so, me get a look of whopping and thing, and then we go school
Mhm.
now. When we go school, boy, and I tell her, teacher was teaching the class at the time, and I saw the principal walking with a gentleman. Obviously, the gentleman have a virgin book and, all of them, so him grade did it, him name did it. So, easy investigation. See,
What
so
a
when
setup! What a
what a
setup!
setup, you see. So after them was about man, you know, go to the teacher and the teacher say, call him name and thing and him come, go to the teacher. Hear the man, before the man just go to the teacher and take film, look a flag in and thing and principal office, the man I call say, and we in the dead it too. So so that day me and him and a friend again,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna forget militant after school and make him know say yo the audio. See, so yeah, troublesome,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
primary school, every
What
minute me
was your
gone a
salvation
principal
experience?
office. Huh?
What was your salvation experience though? Because you got saved at a
12
critical
years old.
time. Yeah, critical
Yeah, man.
time.
Yeah,
12.
I
It
tell
could
you,
have been a
I was
totally different
definitely,
story.
yeah, man. I was on the wrong path. I was on the wrong path. I was a little hothead, hinting come on my mouth, troublesome, I mean, I was on the edge, man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then I was passing a street meeting in Augustown. We call it Bamboo Church, but it's even a open Bible church. But back then it was a bamboo church, and the hurricane
Mm,
they come and blow it down, so it became a tent, and I believe it was a tent at the time. Yeah, I don't remember if it was a tent
would have
or
been a tent,
I
yeah,
messed
at
up.
that
Yeah, it would have been
age.
a tent. Yeah. So um, afterwards, I was walking, coming from my big yard. I walked down my yard now, which is a little ways down on 12 there. And while I was walking and the street meeting was happening, I heard a preacher preaching. It's either a turn or you burn. So 12 years old, me still I walk still, but that just resonated. I don't know, but something just arrested me, that topic. And I stopped, walk over and enter the area where the crusader was keeping tent meeting, and stood at the back, and the man was preaching, Reverend Errol Hall at the time, and after him preach out him heart and thing, and boy, I don't know what arrested me, but I just found myself at the altar,
Wow.
crying, without an altar call, and it just stopped the meeting, and uh, he prophesied over my life at the time, and said, God have great plans for you. You're gonna do this and you're gonna do that and all kind of things, and
Wow.
I'm like, I'm just bawling, you know. I don't know what is happening. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I never knew what overtook me. You know, is when you're coming at this side and you find out, say you start to understand the Holy Spirit and how the Spirit of the Lord works and stuff. So that was just a supernatural intervention by God at the time. Because I'm telling you, there was no intention going to church, nothing like that.
yeah,
Just I
nothing
walk
like
about
that.
my business,
Yeah,
and I just felt a pull, and I just went by there, and by the time before the message ended, I was at the altar without an altar call, crying my eyes out to the Lord. Yeah,
wow,
yeah, that
wow,
was it. You know,
amazing, amazing.
yeah, man.
That's some good 20 odd years ago.
Yeah,
More, yeah.
yeah. God arrested me, man. I mean, arrested me
Wow.
totally. Like just arrested me. There was no thinking. There was no nobody to say, oh, become a Christian.
Nothing like that.
God just arrested
Yeah.
me. Simple.
You, my
Yeah,
kingdom. Just
yeah,
consider.
yeah.
Yeah.
Simple. Just like that. Just like that.
Amazing,
Yeah, and
amazing.
it doesn't matter where or when or what happened in the life. I was always on the track. Regardless, just a master because I knew it was God. And every
Amazing.
year and every time as the walk progressed, yes, God just show himself some more, show himself some more, show himself some more to approve you. Yes,
Yeah.
master. So make you know,
Yeah.
so yeah, man. I mean,
Tell us about the transformation and the transition. I want to get an idea of this, from you being that
yeah,
troublesome Wayne to you now being the man of God, with
yeah,
Brother Henry, and
yeah,
also having the influence in Augustine around you. And I'm sure girls at school, how did you
yeah,
handle
man.
all of that?
Well, the transition from being a young Christian, the hatted now a young Christian in the community, amongst my peers and stuff. My peers actually give me about 2 days. I said, nah, man, I give you 2 days, man. You see, so and when them see a 2 day gone and a week and 2 months, and they see me and a year and thing and still did it, you know, it fade away. Everybody starts seeing as brother Dinks.
Brother Dings?
Yeah, yeah. So they used to call me Dinks in Augusta. The
Okay,
people who know
okay.
me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, call me Dinks and stuff. And even the other day I met one of my brethren, Dan Dan. We used to call him Dan Dan. Dan Dan still. Um, Me and him used to fight, and little later him became a Christian in a big man stage, and
Okay.
it's like me and him. When me and him link up, is always a laughter because we are say, Jano, look how you head a hot man them time then. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's just a look of joy
amazing.
for find
Yeah,
out say boy we're on the same side and thing, and he's a serious man when it come to him God too. So I say,
awesome.
yeah, but yeah, it was rough, man. Being a Christian, never understanding totally what this whole life was all about, and
Yeah,
sometimes it was painted as why come to the Lord and it happens, it's like abracadabra, everything good, so having to experience and being at an early age, you never really are experiencing rough, until transition into the teenage,
yeah.
enter into high school, and peer pressure, dealing with. I was a part of a crew called Cash Crew. I don't know, me nah no money.
So you're wondering how you're fitting in that group,
So
yeah?
me fit in. I think the only reason why me fit in at some point was the fact that I'm me as a singer in the school
Uh,
and things. So everybody kind of, you know what I mean.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
everybody kind
You
of,
need
there's
a
a little
singer, you need an
status there. So
entertainer in the group.
yeah, everybody kind of, and everybody knows say yeah, man, a Christian and thing, and you don't know, but everybody kind of treat me with a level of respect, and it's like my peers back in school used to really encourage me to. You see me, I say for stay up on the part and thing, and even at them when them say some boy, like I look a fight, like I broke out certain way, and them say me I get heated, because you just always have a look at something.
Yeah,
If somebody push you to the edge, the youngsters, you still I go defend yourself and thing, and My
Yeah, yeah.
brethren was always around if I say, yo, nah, man, and things. So God, he put some real cool youth in my life back in them days.
Wow.
So some
I mean,
stay on the right path.
that's a picture of your life because you mentioned Brother Henry and you mentioned
Yeah,
even individuals in your crew who
yeah,
really were keeping you away from trouble and,
yeah,
developing you.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah. I remember one time, um, uh, in my latter part of high school, and um, my mother was, she had a gentleman at the time, married to a gentleman at the time, and they were going through their divorce and stuff. And um, I think this is the first time I ever said anything. So
Wow.
um, him take it upon himself one day, if after them separate and stuff like that, see her up on the road and try to abuse her certainly, physically. And I wasn't going to take that, so me
Yeah.
and my family wait upon him and was ready for deal with him case, and was one of my brethren from Augustown, Mara, in passing out, Ateb, I'm a link in my master, God this God use him, God use him in the
Wow.
time. And I mean I tell you it's a really long, long, long time that that was when, just start coming at the singing and the whole professional recording thing.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
that was, I think, at the time I recorded Can't Take My Lord at the time too. And
Wow.
at the time I wasn't going to think twice about whether or not God did this or God did that. I say I deal with my mother, so you to make a deal with you. You
Wow.
understand? And um Mara said, nah man, Dinks man, race. And I said,
And
right,
Mara's no Christian. No Christian.
Mara and a Christian, you know.
Wow.
And Mara, God used him at the time, when my idea chip to say, oh, nah man, Ray. God always use some people in my life to say,
Oh.
even when I'm even Christian,
Yeah.
there were
Yeah.
times when I'm a cousin too, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm a cousin too, God, I know how it grow, it will grow rough, it will grow certain way, so when I run from, but yeah, that's one of them things that,
Wow. That's
everybody
powerful.
can sugarcoat it and say, well, oh, this and oh, that and oh, that, nah, but, nah, yeah, so, but God always,
Always
put
have
some people,
somebody fear
always
you.
have somebody say, no, no, you.
That's
And
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, that really is amazing, amazing.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's amazing to have such a testimony because so many individuals that's the total opposite. They
yeah,
had someone introduce them to a destructive path, but
yeah.
God was so gracious to you
God
that even when you,
always, let me
yeah,
tell you something, man. God always, listen to me. There were near cases where I was about to lose my, like, make up my mind because, yeah, and God just, yeah,
just in time.
because his purpose in your life will always have to. He said, many are the plans I'm on heart, but it's a lot really. If him desire really I gotta come
Yeah,
true, I feel purpose I
definitely.
gotta really fulfill. If you give it all over to him, and it's for me it's all or nothing, Always. It's all or nothing, you
Powerful,
know.
powerful,
Yeah,
powerful. If you're just joining us, we're talking with Jai Kingston, and he's sharing his story inside Alive Highlights. Hearing his upbringing in the community of Augustown and
yeah,
some of those experiences, and how God's hand was and still is on his life in a very
yeah,
special way. Yeah, so you were brought, so you had the ability to sing, and the
yeah,
prophecy was over your life that hey, you'd be
yeah,
singing, and you saw that happen at 12, 13, 14, thereabout,
yeah,
individuals coming to Christ. Well, you got, introduced to perpetual praise and
yeah,
uh, other groups as well, Catalyst Crew. How did that come about? And, how instrumental was that in what you eventually have become?
yeah. All right. So at the time, uh I was always doing music, from high school straight up, in my community, there was an all music group there. There was a group called Total Praise back in the day. We entered
Okay.
the Gospel Festival in
Yeah.
2000, and I think won with a song called Turn Your Eyes, and we came up in the top 10. And yeah, man.
Nice.
So all of that introduced me to the whole gospel scope of things, and I said, then I think I think I'd love to be a part of this community. So during my tenure with Total Praise, Ryan Berry, a good friend of mine, we both used to be a part of a group too. But at the time, the group was has ended at that time. And, he he was working with the producer Johnny from Marjan Music, Johnny the drummer for Catalyst as well, and he introduced me to Johnny Ryan, introduced me to Johnny, and then I said, wow, and at the time I was actually saying God, because at the time I never knew if I write a song or decide that way.
Yeah.
But, I remember before he had called me, I entered Tasties at the time, and I entered with an original piece called Open Your Eyes.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. I entered with a song, and then while I was in the grooming session and coming from the grooming session, um, when I was coming from the grooming session, walking from Fab Five Place, coming down from coming to Alpha Tree, walking along Constant Spring Road, um, I was praying to the Lord, some time ago before that, saying, Lord, more write a song, more, because
Wow.
that was always my joy,
And,
like my desire. Like, I wanted to express myself, at one point, I just felt like, I've been singing people's song and people's testimony for quite some time. So I said, Father God, I mean, yo, but damn, I'm getting a song, man, that's what me to have more time to God. So while I was walking, um, lo and behold, I heard this melody. See, somebody there walk, I'm not so yet. Open up your eyes. You can see you're not blind. The signs every time. It's the Lord in my mind. I'm so weird. Before
mm,
me reach half a tree, me hear the verse. Yes, I get tired, feel like backsliding. Question the time yourself been wasting. How long must you keep living this life that has no ending? Jehovah cares and he's not sleeping. He never slumbers, always watching. The testing of this life is gaining. The price for his eye calling. Why? Open up your eyes. See? And by the
wow.
time we reach half a tree, I have the first verse and the chorus. I'm so what? Why? So I was so excited. I went over to Virginia at the time, and tell him about it, and I think so the man would have more excited than me. But we just said, why? I keep my excitement to myself and go yard. And when I got yard, the second verse came, and I was, and I said, no, sir, I couldn't believe so it happened.
Wow.
That was the first song,
First time
um,
you're getting a song like that.
first song, and that song later on became, the title track for the Catalyst album, the first album, the Open Eyes. So
Wow.
you saw God work. What I mean,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
knowing nothing until you get something, and it became the title for
The title, yeah. I
a
mean, that's a huge
masterpiece.
promotion. Yeah, that's a huge promotion. That's a huge
Yeah,
promotion.
yeah, yeah. So, but as I say, I met Johnny, and Johnny heard me audition and thing, and Johnny said, yeah, man." And so me and Ryan started work together as we did. I call ourselves Joe and Joe,
Okay.
Joseph and Joshua. But Ryan said, at some point him saying, "Do you want to move and do some other stuff?" And I was left alone. Hence why the name Jai put the accent and the I there, which means Jesus and I.
Wow.
It's an
Okay.
acronym for Jesus and I. Yeah,
Nice, nice. How
yeah.
have you handled the transition from being a part of collectives, whether Perps or Catalyst, and being a standalone singer? How was that?
Yeah. Oh. Well, it took a while to get into your own element, but in essence, you were always kind of in your own element. I don't know if that makes sense, because I always love music. I was always singing. Sometimes solo to in church or different places in the community, in and around the community, outside the community. So and the next thing, um, having been a part of so many groups, I was at some point I was always in the background, singing with the other guys. But at some point in time, people would say, "No, you lead, you lead," and I was always the youngest. Youngest, and I'm pushing out, go lead, go lead, go lead, go lead, and so from then, it that confidence, that wisdom, that understanding and knowledge, all of that was cultivated because you were always pushed, you know,
Yeah,
pushed,
to be in
you
front.
know,
Yeah,
yeah, to be in the front, and being in front sometime, sometime it's like a spot by yourself, really, because everybody is waiting on you, really. So
yeah.
coming into your own now, it was a smooth transition because I was pushed in that direction,
Awesome, awesome.
and then the
Have
whole,
you
yeah, man.
have you superseded your own expectations? I don't want to take it for
Yeah,
granted. The
yeah,
expectations that we set out. Tell
yeah,
us about your own experience.
yeah. Wow. All right, just picture a young man, humble beginnings, single parent, mother alone. See her struggle. Do I like a day job until she get her official job, where she can get benefits and things. Um, picture a young man we used to have one shoes, what I call all purpose. We got church and we got school. You know, um, Picture a young man who, had to wear hand me down because, my cousin and my cousin and for share we could close cause, sometimes I get a like invitation to go somewhere as a youngster, 13, 14. And I know
Mm,
new jeans and things, so I have to say, cousin, let me know jeans and thing. And, even though
wow.
it bigger than me, even though the shirt bigger than me, I think I have a picture with one jeans and one shirt bigger than me.
Big, big.
Yeah, I have a sneakers we call Everlast, and the tongue is everlasting. That tongue, the shoes tongue
Hmm.
there, so it was big
Yeah,
and everlasting. So she was bigger than my foot, and hence why at the early age, I never used to like sneakers like big sneakers like the Jordans and the big thing. Cause I never like when shoes bigger for my foot, from in time as a youngster. I
yeah,
thought it
yeah,
looked kind of weird. So this picture that I wanted to paint that picture to know having gone through, groups, different groups, Catalyst being one of the major groups who, a huge impact in the diaspora, all over, yes, and I say locally, regionally, internationally, and thing. And then, this picture now being on your own when everybody say, you never there gonna make it. Everybody say you're flat now, cause you can't exceed nothing
mm,
beyond catalysis. So I say, and then community own is I say, and the Lord, because I always waited on the Lord. I don't know if a cliche, but this is just
that's your
my
story. Yeah,
story. Seeing, but I waited on the Lord. Hence, why you don't hear a bag of songs from me. I waited on the Lord, saying the Lord give me songs in a certain season at a certain time, and produced my first album called Best Friend, and traveled all over the Caribbean, Canada, US, USA, all over, and just picture that. God will do exceedingly
yeah.
abundantly above all you ask, think, or
Amen,
imagine.
amen.
God exceeded my imagination totally. You get me? I have people all over the world seeing will link me. People within my WhatsApp, within my group and stuff like that, will link all over the world, who are part of, upholding this ministry. It's a massive bishops, it's a massive pastors, strong men of God, leaders out
Yeah,
there. And
amazing.
just I'm saying,
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
just think
God,
about
God,
what I
God
just
really
say.
done it.
The
Yeah, yeah.
beginning, God has
From the
exceeded.
beginning to where you are now, and the moniker you have, youngest veteran, yeah,
Youngest
certainly,
veteran.
and
Yeah,
exceeding abundant manifestation beyond
yeah,
your
yeah,
imagination. Tell
yeah.
us a bit. We are almost out of time, but I really want to get an idea, of
Yeah.
some of the stuff that you do for fun outside of music. Are you a sports lover,
Yeah,
nature
man,
lover?
play football, but right now I can't even play no football
No
cause
football.
yeah, I did get an injury from one time I played football one Christmas Eve going into Christmas and
Wow.
yeah, I get an injury on my right knee and at some stage in it affect you and I said, well, all right, then I got put on the boots right but I swim a lot,
You swim.
yeah man, I swim a lot. So, anytime I got beach. You ever seen it? My wife always cuss me. I said, "Don't go too far."
Tell us about
But
marriage.
marriage, it's a beautiful thing. A beautiful. Sometimes can be a little rough and uphill and downhill. But I just think. I always say, whenever me and my wife, in a little corruption and thing, and we're cool and I will get together again. We say, boy, baby, we don't married already. You know. Yeah, we
Now I'm
don't
gonna
mind
wait.
everything. We're not gonna
Yeah,
you see me I say don't
yeah,
mind
yeah.
everything. So you just deal with it. You see me I say anything covered us have to deal with it. We can't give up on each other. And giving up on each other is really giving up on yourself. So I say
Yeah,
because
amazing.
the two shall become one and so yeah
Definitely,
man.
definitely,
So it
definitely.
can
What
it
do you
marriage is
expect
good,
coming
man.
from Wayne? COVID would have affected, I'm sure, a lot. But what
Yeah.
because 70%, I don't even talk about that from a come from radio. Things are coming back, Things are coming back, But what can we expect now?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, enough things we have in store. New music coming, a lot of new
Yeah.
music coming. Right now, I'm working on well, I'm in between whether EP and album.
That's
I
cool, the
don't
album,
want
man.
to. Yeah, some of this aside, then I'm gonna just deal with the album and done. As you
If
know,
it's gonna take too long, give me the EP. I'll satisfy with
yeah,
the EP,
yeah. But no,
and
right
I
now we
can't
can't
wait.
release the album, right now. But because recently I did a song with my virgin from Catalyst Radic. So so that my Virgin, oh God, it is going to be blazing. Remember me tell you that.
I can
Remember me
imagine.
tell you that.
Can
Just
imagine that.
picture Catalyst in a nutshell. Right, this one. But just I
Yeah.
leave it right this one.
All
Catalyst in a
right.
nutshell.
Looking
Yeah,
looking forward to that. Looking forward to
yeah.
that.
It
Any
so
person you want to give a special shout out to as we wrap up?
uh well, all the people I'm in Augustine, big up on yourself, I think sis, Jay Kingston coming at you, see him, we'll see everybody from Open Bible Church, so everybody from Emmanuel Gospel, all big up on yourself, Pastor Well, big up yourself, I just want to say big up to Apostle too as well, Apostle A. Scott, G, we family, big up on yourself, everybody. You don't know the lad, seeing the whole Jamaica, the diaspora, the region, everybody on the large up on yourself, man. I thank you for all the support over the years and things. And it shows that I'm not forgotten because people really listen to the music and send me messages and comment and all kind of stuff and things. And for those who haven't get log on to the thing, Jai Kingston there everywhere. So just type in Jai Kingston, you're gonna send me all over the place. See?
Awesome. Awesome. Looking forward to the new music.
Yeah,
Always a blessing to hear your music and to see you perform as well. Looking
yeah.
forward to it and continue doing
Now
what you
gonna
do.
let down Jesus know. Now gonna let down Jesus know. That alone may I give.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Until we get the rest, I'll be satisfied with that one. Thank you so much, Wayne Buchanan. We know him as Jai Kingston. Keep on doing what you do. It blessings.
Thank you very much, Dean. It was a
Yeah, man.
pleasure
Thank
being
you.
here, sir. Respect every
Yeah,
time, sir.
yeah, man. Much respect.
Much respect.
Wow, it's always great hearing someone's story. You just never know someone.